We have an infant and we're trying to make sure that everything is done that needs done. And life is really, really busy. And a couple of weeks into my experience when the sleep deprivation really kicked in. I had this thought, and it was the same thought that parents across the ages and internationally, everybody has had this thought, which is, I am never going to have free time ever again. Somebody said it's true. It's not exactly true, but it feels really, really true in the moment. And this was really disconcerting because one of the things that I enjoy more than anything else is learning new things. Getting curious about something and diving in and fiddling around it, learning through trial and error, and eventually becoming pretty good at something. And without this free time, I didn't know how I was ever going to do that ever again. And so, I'm a big geek. I want to keep learning things. I want to keep growing. And so, what I have decided to do is go to the library and go to the bookstore and look at what research says about how we learn and how we learn quickly. And I read a bunch of books. I read a bunch of websites and tried to answer this question. How long does it take to acquire a new skill? You know what I found? 10,000 hours. Anybody ever heard this? It takes 10,000 hours. If you want, if you want to be good at it, it's going to take 10,000 hours to get it. And I read this book, and after book, in website after website, and my mental experience of reading all of this stuff was like, no, I don't have time. I don't have 10,000 hours. I'm never going to be able to learn anything new ever again. But that's not true. So 10,000 hours, just to give you a round order of magnetic, 10 months is full-time job for 5 years. That's a long time. And we have all had the experience of learning something I didn't take us anywhere close that amount of time, right? So what's up? There's something kind of funky going on here. What the research says and what we expect and have experiences that they won't share. And what I find, here's a wrinkle. The 10,000 hour rule come out of the studies of expert level performance. There's a professor at Florida State University. His name is K. Andrews Erickson. He is the originator of the 10,000 hour, and where that came from is he studied professional athletes, world class musicians, chess grandmasters. All of this ultra competitive folk in the ultra high performance field, and he tried to figure out how long does it take to get to the top of those kinds of fields. And what he found is the more deliberate practice, that more time that those individuals spend practicing the elements of whatever it's that they do, the more time you spend, the better again. And the folks at the top of their field, but in around 10,000 hours of practice. Now, we are talking about the game of telephone a little bit earlier. Here's what happened. An author by the name of Malcolm Gladwell wrote a book in 2000 called A Story of Success. And the central piece of the book was practice a lot, practice well, and you will do extremely well. You will research. So, the message, what Dr. Erickson was actually saying is, it takes $10,000 to get the top of an ultra competitive field in a very narrow subject. That's what that means. But here's what happens. If your science articles immediately come out, research states they for 3 months. All of a sudden, the 10-hand rule was everywhere. And society-wide game of telephone started to be played. So this message, it takes $10,000 to reach the top of adult ultra competitive team, became it takes $10,000 to become expert at something, which became it takes $10,000 to become good at something, which became it takes $10,000 to learn something.